All right, here we go. So we're going to start tonight by just setting ourselves into some good grounding space. So if you are seated on the floor, or even in the chair, just kind of shift side to side, get a good position so you can sit nice and tall. And we're going to focus on connecting to our breath. So encourage you to just close your eyes for a second. We don't want to put ourselves to sleep, but we want to essentially start to breathe and like get some good oxygen into your body, and also just help you to shift yourself into like a state of being present and letting anything that has happened up until this point today, just kind of let it go in the past. So as you're breathing, think about taking about 4 seconds in, pause at the top, about 4 seconds out, and so on. So they'll take about 1 minute to take 6 breaths, and I'll just add a little bit of bowls. So we're just gonna do this for 1 minute. Go ahead and close the eyes and breathe. Good, couple more nice deep breaths. Feel your rib cage expand as you breathe in, and let it all out. Last one, nice deep breath in, and exhale. Very good, go ahead and open the eyes. Continue to sit tall. Bring the hands up in front of your chest, palms together. Gonna breathe in, stretch tall. And exhale, bring the arms down out to the sides. Do it 2 more times. Palms at the chest, breathe in, stretch tall. Really open, and exhale, drop the arms down. Reaching out beside you. Fantastic, last one. Breathe in, stretch as long as you can as you reach up, and exhale, open those shoulders back, open the chest, and down. Fantastic. Let's start to wake up the wrists. Go ahead and make some fists and roll those wrists around. 3 times one direction, and 3 to 5 the other way. Excellent. Go ahead and take it into the elbows, some elbow rotations. That's like, how does that work? Fantastic, and reverse directions. You can't really do it wrong. We're just getting some movement into those elbows. Very good. I'm going to change the screen just a little bit. All right, when you finish that, go ahead and make your way to your feet. Get my little timer set up here. All right, going to start to get some blood flow going now. So once you've come up to your feet, bring the feet straight underneath the hips. We're going to start with a pause march. So pull up nice and strong out of the hips. Stabilize through it. We're going to lift one arm up and just up and pause. And then as you're doing this, you want to make sure you have a slight give in that support leg, meaning we're not locking that knee. And then you're focused to not let that hip shift out. Nice and smooth. And shift. Very good. Go once more each side. Good. From there, we're going to go into our seal jacks. Hands together in front of the body. We're going to open up the hands, open up the feet. Palms together and step out. There we go. Hands in, hands out. Very good. You can keep this regular stepping jacks. Want to jump? You can jump. I'm going to keep the steps. Open and close. There you go. And just as a reminder, I don't play music here on my end, but you're welcome to play music on your end. Very good. Now we're going to go back to a march. This time we're going to punch. So knee up and punch across the chest. Get the breathing going. One arm, opposite leg, There you go. And just watch that the arms cross, but you don't want the knees to cross. So try not to let the knees go out, knees straight up, and the arms are crossed. That's better. Very nice. Very good. And then from here, slight bend in the both knees. Step your right foot forward, cross your arms over the chest, send the hips back, bow forward. We're gonna wake up that hamstring, stand tall. Instead of alternating legs, we're gonna stay on this side. Send the hips back, bow forward as long as you can through that spine. Try not to let yourself round. We're gonna do about 3 to 5 here on each side. Finish this side and then we'll switch. As soon as you feel a little bit of tension in the hamstring, come on up and let's go down for one more. Nice and long and stand. Fantastic. And switch sides. Like giving both knees, one foot steps forward, heel down, toe up, and waking up, bowing forward. Up and down. Hinge, stand. Good. Long spine. There you go. Stand. Let's go 2 more. Over and up. Last one. Over and up. Very good. Back to our march and punch. So marching and punching. There you go. Don't be afraid to add a smile. Try not to be too serious about this here. I know I tend to be a little serious sometimes, or at least I can come off that way. Keep it fun. Very good, and we'll go power jacks this time. So arms overhead, stepping out to the side, or a regular jumping jack, however you'd like to do it. There you go. Very nice. Almost there. Good, and rest. Fantastic. Mat here. All right. So we're gonna jump right into some core and glute activation work. So I'm gonna demonstrate it down on the ground, but I'm gonna show it elevated first. So if you have something to elevate on, if it doesn't work to get on the ground, you can support your hands on the seat of a couch or a chair, walk the feet back. We're gonna bring the knee into the elbow and extend straight back, getting some glutes to fire and extend, okay? Those of you that are gonna come on the ground, we're gonna come down on all fours. On the ground, 2 options. You can do just what I just showed with just the legs, or you can make it more of like a bird dog, where you're gonna go one arm out, one leg out, and then underneath the body, you're gonna bring them towards each other, the knee towards the opposite elbow, and extend, all right? So one or the other, we're gonna go about 10 on each side, and we're gonna stretch before we go into the second side, okay? So here we go. Now if you're ready, let's start with the left leg. If you're gonna do the arm as well, it's gonna be the right arm. Stretch long and control in. Exhale as you stretch. Inhale to bring it under. Good control through the core and the arms. Meaning we don't want you to arch or to sink through those shoulders. Very good. Control and extend. Bring them in and reach. Couple more. In and extend. Excellent. Those of you on the ground, stay down there. Go ahead and just drop back in a child's pose for a second. Those of you that are standing, we're going to open up the inner thighs by taking a nice wide stance. Those of you on the ground, we're going to do an alternative stretch. Standing, you're just going to kind of shift side to side, open up the inner thighs, and you can also mimic that child's pose by hanging on and dropping back. Okay. So standing tall, opening the inner thigh. Those of you on the ground in child's pose, go ahead and kick one leg out to the side. And we're going to do our rock backs to open up the inner thigh. So with one leg out to the side, you're going to gently rock back, bringing your hips towards the heel. I'll show it from the side as well. Leg is outstretched, and just gradually rock back. Get a nice opening on the inner thigh. Rock forward and rock back. Do about 5 on each side. Once again, if you're doing this from that standing position, once you get a good opening on each side, kind of hang out and stretch that mid back a little bit more. On the floor, once you've done 5, go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, other side. Kick that leg out and gently rock back. And I have that foot flat on the ground as much as I can versus like swinging it up. So try to keep that foot pushing down. Some folks will feel it in the outer lateral shin as well. So it just kind of depends upon where your body holds the tension or where it's currently holding the tension. All right, go ahead and finish up that side. And then now we're gonna go back to that quadruped on the right leg. So either with the arms or just the leg. And here we go. Knee in towards the same side elbow. Extend straight back. Add the arm if you like. We're gonna go 10 total. That's 1. Align the breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out to extend. We got quite a bit of core work lined up here today. Not a whole lot of weight training today. About 3 more. Continue to extend that leg long, engage that glute. Core strong, avoid arching that back. Last one. Very good. Go ahead and make your way up standing if you're down on the floor. All right. Take your time. If you got some water around, feel free to grab some water. All right. So next one we're going to do the behind the back stretch. So slight bend in the knees, interlace the hands behind, extend those arms out. Slight bend in the knees. You can either stay here, stand tall, or you can bow forward, send the hips back. Totally up to you, whatever feels best for you. If you're just standing tall, what I like to do as well when I'm here is just kind of rotate slightly from side to side. Look over one shoulder, back to neutral, look over the other shoulder. On the side, I'm just pulling back, lifting up, and then avoiding that arch position. So keep that core strong. All right, go ahead and shake out those arms. Alternate which arm's on top. You can step a little bit as you shake the arms. Very good. All right, next we're gonna go into our cross body stretch. We're gonna do this from a standing lunge. So set your left foot nice and strong. Step that right foot back. You can either stay up on the ball of the foot or drop down onto that heel. Right arm's gonna reach straight out. Grab that elbow, pull across the body, and then you're engaging the glute on that right side. And I'm just gently shifting this hip and rotating my torso to look towards the left. Make sure that left foot's far enough forward so that shin stays vertical and that knee's not driving out over the toes. Heel firmly planted. Very good. And let's switch sides. Right foot sets strong, left foot steps back, and left arm reaches out. Pull across the body, engage those hips, and gently pulse it forward. Hinging into the, open up the front of the hip and pulling across the body. Very good. All right. And then the last one, let's go ahead and come onto the floor, or seated. You can sit and rotate from a seated position. But on the ground, you're gonna sit down, pull one leg across the body, and then pull this leg into the chest. So like seated twist, and then you can rotate around. Breathe here. Very good. And switch when you're ready. Hi to Rosie. I see the furry tail in the picture there. Very good. Sit tall, pull the leg in. Looking over the opposite shoulder. Very good. Let's go once more on each side while I go ahead and talk about the next piece. Or those of you that are seated, if you'd like to lie down now and then bring the legs side to side, and we'll talk about the next piece. Part A. All right, so part A, we're gonna be doing some good mornings tonight. So 30 seconds of a good morning, 30 seconds of a plank, 30 seconds glute bridge, 90 seconds approximately for a stretch. So let's talk about these movements. So with the good morning, you can do these weighted or not. First, I'm going to show it with like a broomstick, or I've got a PVC here, and then I'm going to do it with a dumbbell. So if you have like kind of any kind of stick around, you can bring it onto your back and just kind of rest the arms against the post. My feet are going to be pointing straight ahead with my feet straight underneath the hips. I have a slight bend in my knee. Core is nice and strong. You're going to stay long through the spine, send the hips back, get a slight bend in the, not bend, but keep the bend in the knees, get some tension into the back of the hamstrings, and then straight up from there. If you have pretty good flexibility in those hamstrings, I just don't want you to go past 90. So this should be your bottom position, and then stand, all right? You don't have the bar on the back, that's not a problem. Or say you have like a PVC, but you want to add some weight. You can take a dumbbell or a kettlebell and just, or even a plate, hold it up against the chest. And then now I have some weight on my chest. I'm going to bow forward and stand. Bow forward and stand, okay? And if you had a barbell and wanted to do a weighted barbell on your back, that's also a possibility, all right? So after the good morning, you're going to go into the plank. So you can either do it elevated off the couch, holding nice and strong, all right? Or you can come down onto the forearms and hold on the floor, all right? If your plank strength is pretty good, that 30 seconds is not very challenging for you. To make it harder, you could go a plank shoulder tap, where you're going to go from one shoulder, shift sides to the other shoulder, nice and controlled, shifting from side to side. From the plank, we go to our glute bridge. So lying down, you're going to lay flat, feet are on the ground. You're going to drive the hips up and relax down. Drive the hips up and relax down. All right, if the glute bridge, if you want a little bit bigger challenge and you have like a couch or a bench nearby, you can put the legs up on the couch, lay back, and then it's glutes and even more hamstrings, where I drive my feet into the bench, relax down, drive, and relax, okay? Those of you that doesn't work well to get on the ground, you could do your glute bridge on a couch or a bed, and then it's the same idea from there. My feet are flat, I'm driving them straight up. If all you have is a chair, then you can come to the edge and hips up from here. Just make sure you don't sink into those shoulders. Nice and strong, hips up. We're going to be demonstrating off the floor for this evening. Questions? So again, good mornings, into the plank, into the glute bridge, and then I'll take you through a stretch. All right. If there are no questions, let's go ahead and get started. Starting with that good morning. Stand nice and tall, long through the spine. Make sure you're not extended. So tuck those hips under. 2, 1. Here we go. Slight bend in the knees, hips send back. Nice and smooth the stand. Engage the glutes. Very good. Over and down. Think chest tall. There you go. And stand. Very nice. Whitney, I would just come up a little bit sooner than you are. So kind of head down. And then right about there, I would stand from there and up. Good. About one more, over, and 2, 1, relax. Very nice. Set your weights down or your PVCs. Make your way to the plank. If you're supporting through the hands, make a nice wide handprint. Otherwise, I recommend going on the forearms. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'll demonstrate the shoulder taps. We're holding for 30 seconds. Watch that you don't sink through your torso, so hips up and strong. Also lifting up through the shoulders the whole time. Halfway. Very good. Nice smooth breathing. 2, 1, and relax. Very good. If you're on the floor, go ahead and roll over for those glute bridges. Go onto your back. I'll show the regular version on the floor first. Set the shoulder blades back and down, bend the knees, and here we go. Hips up, hold for about a 2 count, and then relax them down. Drive it up and down. Find your rhythm. Good exercise, just to relax, eyes closed. 10 seconds left. And 2, 1, relax. All right, let's go ahead and come onto your side. We're gonna go into that quad stretch. So if you're standing, you wanna grab the foot or get a towel, come on down, grab the foot. We're looking to pull the heel towards the glute, stretch the front of the thigh. We'll pull for 20 each side. There's 10. Engage in the glute, gently drive the thigh back. And 3, 2, 1. Relax and rotate. Very good. Same thing on the other side. And 2, 1. Begin if you have it. You can rest up on the arm, or you can rest down on the arm. I can have this arm outstretched and just relax down. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Halfway. And relax. Very good. Gonna make your way up, grab some water. We'll get started on that next round in about 20 seconds. And every once in a while, that good morning doesn't feel good for people. So an alternative movement, if you prefer, would be a deadlift, where you have the weight and between the legs and you stand straight up for there. It's gonna be a similar movement, having that hinging pattern. So if the good morning isn't your favorite and you'd rather have a sub, replace a deadlift. All right, otherwise, we're gonna go back to the good mornings. Nice and strong, slight bend in those knees, and here we go. Sending the hips back, squeeze the glutes and stand. Yeah. And just watch those knees, make sure there's a slight bend the whole time. Don't wanna have those legs locked out. Squeeze the glutes, stand straight up and down, over and up. Very good. Over, up, and 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent. Planks. So again, remember, we can go elevated straight up here and holding strong through there. Otherwise, make your way down. 2, 1, and begin when you're ready. Good body position. Smooth breathing. Good job. Halfway. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, while you're down here, we're gonna go hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, and rotate, look over that shoulder. Let's get 7 on each side of our quadruped rotations. Those of you doing this from a seated position, you'll go hand behind the head, elbow to the opposite knee, sit tall and look over that shoulder. These movements here helps give some good rotation in the mid-back and the rib cage area. We tend to get really stiff through the rib cage. We lose our ability to rotate very well, and that causes compensation patterns up the spine, down the spine. Stiffness in the neck, stiffness in the low back. So we want to get some good rotational work, keep that mid-back healthy. Switch sides when you're ready, and whole spine for that matter. Right, inhale to close, exhale on that open rotation. Very good. After you've done 7 on each side, go ahead and grab a drink. We'll get started in the next round, about 20 seconds. Last round of good mornings, and well, I won't say the last round of planks. We have some side planks coming up next. All right, I'm gonna show it with the weight in my chest this time. Slight bend in those knees, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hinging over, standing strong. Nice. Neil's got that barbell out. I like it. Good job, Whitney. Chest tall. Over halfway. Good bracing. Over and stand. Last one. Hinge and rest. Very good. Make your way to the forearm plank. Forearm plank or plank shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1. Begin when you're ready. Try to hold that head neutral, just kind of looking between the hands. You're over halfway. Good job. 2, 1, rotate onto your back. I'm going to show the hamstring curls with the legs elevated this time. But feet are up. Shoulder blades back and down. Get to a good position there. 2, 1. Here we go. Up and pause. A lot of glute work today. You can add weight to these bridges by like holding a dumbbell on the hips. I find I get a pretty good workout without any weight, just moving the body weight. But just as a heads up, if you ever want to add it, you can hold a weight on your chest and relax. Very good. With you on your back, go ahead and pull the legs into the chest. Anyone that's seated, you can just kind of rotate side to side or stand up and rotate a little bit. Very nice. All right, and then I'd like you to repeat that quad stretch once more while I talk about the next part. So onto your side, grab that leg, pull it back. And I'll give you a 20 seconds to switch sides. Otherwise, let's look at our next little square. All right, moving into part B. For part B, we're gonna have some options as we usually do, but we're cycling 2 exercises. You're gonna do each single leg balance, balancing on one leg, or a variation of a lunge. The second option is, the second exercise is gonna be a side plank. We're gonna be doing 3 rounds, 30 seconds each. We're not gonna do the stretches on this sequence. It's just gonna be more of a continuous rotation with 15 seconds to cycle between exercises. So let's talk about the single leg balance or the lunge work. So we did the balance on the earlier class today. So pretty straightforward as far as you want to have a little bit of a play in the knee, meaning I'm not like locking that leg out, slight give there. Then I'm going to center my hips, lift the one leg up, and you're just working on that balance. You can keep that leg as close to the ground as you need, or a little bit bigger challenge, you can lift that knee up nice and high. You want to lift up to the core the whole time and don't let that hip kick out, all right? So that's the balance option, or you can do a lunge variation. First one would be what's called a skier step, where you don't go into the full lunge. You keep that left foot firmly planted, the right leg steps back, right arm up, and then you drive it forward, drive that knee up. So I step back and up. From the side, the shin is vertical the whole time. I'm back, and then I'm up. Back and up. Back and up. All right, the other option would be a reverse lunge, where back, now I bring that knee all the way to the ground. Now I come up and drive that knee high. Back and down, up and drive, okay? I could also add weight to this if I wanted. I only recommend adding weight if you have experience with lunges, and then I would hold the weight at my chest, control down, drive high. Control down, drive high, all right? So make sure that you feel confident through the knees and so on. From there, the side plank. You can do it elevated. I would start with 2, and then I'd walk myself to the side, and now supporting on one arm, okay? Bringing the feet as square as you can. Or we'll be showing it on the ground tonight. Elbow underneath that shoulder. You can come up on the knees or come up on the feet, whatever makes the most sense for your current plank ability. Questions there? All right. I'm gonna do the skier step on the first round and then go into the lunge on round 2. You guys are welcome to choose what you want to do and vary it up as you desire. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start on the left side. All right, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Step back, drive, or just hold solid on one leg. Good job. And those of you that are working on the balance, remember, extra challenge, which I personally never feel the need for this, but those of you that are getting pretty good there, you can close those eyes. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. We're down to the side for the left side. Set that elbow underneath the shoulder. And 3, 2, 1, come on up. Very good. Into the plank when you're ready. Sorry if I lost service there. We're in the plank. 10 seconds in. Got a beautiful setting here, but for some reason it seems like sometimes we lose computer or internet service. Hard to understand sometimes when you're in the middle of a city. And 3, 2, 1, rotate. Good job. Coming up, going to the right side. All right, short rest break here. You can do the balance on the right leg, the full lunge. I'm gonna do the skier step again. Left foot steps back, left arm up if you're doing the step, and here we go. If you're in that single leg stance, just move right into it. Pulling up, find something to focus on. Those doing the single leg step work, make sure that front foot's nice and firmly planted. We're almost there. And 2, 1, and rest. Or I should say rotate. Not a whole lot of a rest. We're making our way to the right arm for the plank. Set the elbow under the shoulder, square the hips, and whenever you're ready, come on in. You can hold the arms straight up or at your side, whatever you prefer. I like to vary it. Halfway through. Good job. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rotate. Very good. That's the end of round 1. We're going to do that 2 more times. Feel free to grab some water. Then we're going to go right into that left leg. You can stick with the balance. I'm going to go into the reverse lunge this time. Set that left leg nice and strong. And here we go. Back. Up. Good job. Very nice. Nice and smooth. If you're lunging, front heel planted down strong. Front shin stays vertical. Good control. 2, 1, and rotate. Fantastic. Plank on the left. Stack the elbow. Square the shoulders. 2, 1, and here we go. Come in when you're ready. Good work. Halfway. Breathing and holding. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Halfway through this circuit, headed for the single leg work on the right side. Give a little bit longer rest here to transition. Give another 10 seconds. We'll show it from the side this time. Stand nice and tall. I'm going to be doing those reverse lunges. Feel free to go back into that single leg balance and begin. Control down, front shin stays vertical. And if you're not quite ready for that knee drive, you can just stand tall, just step it straight in. Good job, 10 seconds left. And 2, 1, and rest. Very good, plank on the right. Almost done with those planks. Stack the shoulder, or rather the elbow. 2, 1, and here we go. Up and hold. This is the time of day you get to focus on you, what you're doing, taking care of your body. Set aside everything going on in the outer world. It seems like things never stop these days, or any day really. 2, 1, rotate. Very good, final round. And then we have a quick little circuit to finish with. All right. Single leg balance or lunge, whichever you prefer. I'm gonna add a little bit of weight this time. And 2, 1, here we go. Firmly plant the heel. If you're doing that balance, just continue. Good focus. Good job. Keep pulling up out of the core. Work against that stability or the instability. Nice job, almost there. And 3, 2, 1, rotate. Good job. Final plank on the left. Up and off the ground, up and down is the big part of the workout tonight. On the ground and off the ground. Easier than, not as easy as it sounds. 3, 2, 1, here we are. Good job. Final set here. Watch that tendency to want to round forward, so keep pulling those shoulders back. Just come right over the hips. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Don't relax too much. You've got right leg left and right arm left. Show it from the side. Front heel firmly planted, chest tall, and begin when you're ready. When I'm doing lunges, I like to pretend that I'm on the beach. And I've got the sand underneath my feet, and I can just kind of pull my heel and my toes into the sand to propel me up and forward. A lot of times people will tend to shift into the ball of the foot and come off the heel, and that puts a lot more pressure through the knee. Good, and relax. Nice job. Final plank of the whole night. You all definitely got your core work in for the day. Back the elbow, line the shoulders, and here we go. Breathing and holding. Halfway. Good focus. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Awesome. All right. Those of you on the floor, go ahead and stay down there. We're going to do a figure 4 hip stretch. We're going to lay back, cross the foot over the thigh, and hug it in. I'm going to demonstrate it from the chair real quick. So seated, I'd sit on the edge Bring the foot up and across. I'm going to sit tall, lean forward, and give a little downward pressure on the leg. Hold 20 seconds here. If you started early on the floor, I'll give you a heads up to switch. Those of you on the floor, go ahead and switch. And same in the chair. And then if you can't quite get that ankle all the way up to the thigh, just keep it down on the shin, and you're gonna sit tall and lean forward, push here. If you can work it up, you're gonna get an outer, open in the outer hip is our goal here. And I talk about it a lot, but I feel like it's oftentimes misunderstood when we stretch. It should feel like a stretch, like you're doing something, but you don't want your whole body like shaking and screaming at you. So just ease into the stretching. Gradually encourage your body to take on some more range of motion without forcing it. All right, fantastic. Go ahead and make your way up. Come on up to standing, and let's talk about this last piece. Try not to slap the computer. All right. Last, we have a little circuit that's going to be 6 minutes long, and it's going to be a new style than what we've done recently, where you're going to be adding a rep each time. So you're going to be doing some squatting and some burpees. You'll start with 1 squat, 1 burpee. Then you go 2 squats, 2 burpees, 3 and 3, and so on, resting as needed, and then just continuing to add reps until that 6 minutes expired. I think we made it to somewhere around 7, just moving nice and steady this morning. So let's talk about these 2 movements. First, the squat. You're going to stand with your feet hip width apart. With the good mornings, we had those toes pointing straight ahead. Now we're going to angle the toes out just a little bit. So you have about a 10-degree angle, toes out. That's going to help open the hips. Standing nice and tall, and you guys can do this with me to help warm up your squat. You're going to reach the arms out, send the hips back, push the knees out, come down as far as you can, keeping your heels firmly planted, and then stand tall. So from the side, chest up, push the knees out, send the hips back. Ideally, I'd like to get those hips below the knees if I can do it with my feet flat on the ground. We are intended to have this ability. If you watch little kids play, they just hang out in squats all day long. If you go to some different countries, I know like Asia, I remember in China when they had the Olympics there, there was a lot of talk about people just hanging out in squats. All right, if you don't have the ability to squat all the way down just yet, you get a bench or a chair, find a height that you're confident to squat to, and then from there, sit back, control it, lightly touch and stand. Control down and stand, all right? Now up to you if you wanna do air squats, which would be a squat without weight, we call them air squats, or you can add some weight. So tonight I'm gonna hold a dumbbell at my chest, and I'll be doing, we call this a goblet squat, when we hold the weight at the chest and squat from there, all right? So your choice on if you do or don't wanna add weight, either way you'll get a good workout. And then our burpee. So you can do full push-up or not. Top of the push-up, you can step up or float the feet, reach to overhead. Elevated burpee, support the hands on a chair or the couch, step back, step up, reach to overhead. Back, up, and stand. Alternate which foot you're stepping with. Questions, or does anybody need any different ideas for exercises? All right. So again, feel that you don't have to wait for me. I'm just gonna move really steady. I'll let you know like where I am. And there's always the possibility that I might not count exactly right if I'm talking, but feel free to follow along. And we're gonna work for 6 minutes. All right. Let me just get my stopwatch here. All right, starting with the squats. 2, 1, and begin. 1 squat, then 1 burpee. And then you go back for 2s. Good job, folks. Strong, good movements. At the beginning, it feels like time's gonna go forever. When you start to get into the end, it seems to go a little bit faster as you get near the end. At least that was my experience earlier today. Engage those glutes, stand tall, reach tall. After 2, we're going to 3s. Good work. And we're showing a no push-up burpee tonight. The full burpee would be where you take your chest to the deck. If anybody wants to do that full burpee, you're welcome to it. From 3 to 4. Good job. Controlling it down, standing smooth. Weight solidly planted through the heels. We're 1.5 minutes in. So just pace throughout. Breathe in nice and steady. Good, from 4 to 5. 2 minutes down. Rest as needed. If you need water at any point, do what you need to do. Good quality movements is the focus here. Work. And then just watch your patterns on the burpees. Which leg likes to step back first and up first? Give that one a break from time to time and switch it up with the other one. I seem to prefer my left side if I'm not paying attention. And on those burpees, if you want, you can give a little hop at the top as well. Before I get to the point that I kind of lose track of exactly moving into the round of 6. At the feet, tall chest, nice strong squats. Push those knees out, keep those heels driving down. Sink back as deep as you can. Good strong movements. Good. Check our time. Excellent. We're well over halfway. 2:20 to go. Nice work. Getting up, getting down. Moving and breathing. You did the hard part tonight. You showed up. And you chose to press play and move through this workout. One more here. All right. Headed into that round of 7. 90 seconds to work. Good job. Good control into those squats. Try not to bounce. Roll down and stand. Nice job. Fantastic. All right, here's our final minute now, everybody. Get through this burpees. If you're on the burpees, you can get back to some squats. Good job. Stay consistent till the end. If you're feeling good and want to pick up the pace a little bit, We're in that final stretch. Good, 20 seconds left. Either breathe it out, march it out, or finish through the end. Waiting for that timer to go off. Good job, good push. And time. Nice work. High fives, high tens. Perfect. All right, if you haven't already, go ahead and grab the water. Woo! All right, let's go ahead, bring it back up to standing. Let's start our cool down by circling the hips around, hands on the hips. We'll go 3 to 5 one direction and then rotate. Very good, and the other way. Nice work tonight. Excellent. From here, you can lie down if you prefer. We're going to go into that quad stretch, grabbing the foot, pulling the heel up. Lengthen out those quads after those squats. Fantastic. And switch legs when you're ready. Grab and pull up. Remember, we're working towards getting that heel towards the glute. That's a hard one for you. I recommend putting this one into your routine. Stretching is a great thing to just build into your day. Our body needs it, especially if you sit at a chair a lot. So just try to make the habit of getting up from time to time, stretching everything out. All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring it down to the ground. We're going to place the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to rock the hips side to side. So I've got my knees together underneath the body, and I'm just taking both my hips to one side, get a little bit of stretch in the back, and just side to side here. Stretch out the outer hips a bit. Very good. From there, toes together, knees divide, stretch the arms out in front, drop the hips back into child's pose. Nice deep breaths into the back of the rib cage. And you can do this without getting down on the ground by coming to the back of the couch, just anything to kind of sink back and drop your head down. You'll feel a nice stretch there. From here, go ahead and walk your hands over to one side. So have my feet squared, walk the hands to the left, for example. Take the right hand, stretch it long, and then stretch down from there. So we call this like child's pose side stretch. Get into the side body here. Back to center, and let's walk it to the other side. Walk it out, stretch long, and drop back. Nice deep breaths now. We're looking to bring that heart rate down. And now we want to start to shift our body into that space that it can recover. So breathe deep. Bring it out of stress mode. Very good. So I'm going to take you into a pigeon pose, but if you prefer, you can repeat that figure 4, where you're either on your back or on your side with the leg up. If you feel good for pigeon, we're going to go into down dog first. We're going to go hips up, gently pulse the head between the arms, and then we're going to swing the right leg forward to start, square the hips, and sit back into pigeon. Figure 4 is a good replacement for this. Going to get a similar hip stretch, giving a little bit variation to what we're doing. What we tend to do a lot here. If you're seated in the chair, just rest that one foot on the ground and you go into a seated twist on the floor. Bring that back leg around And then we're gonna hug it into the chest for a seated twist. Got a good sweat going tonight. Nice warm Arizona day. We were gonna be leaving town yesterday, but that got postponed, so we'll start a trek to Colorado tomorrow, visiting the 2 youngest stepdaughters. All right, relax out that twist. Those of you on the floor, we're gonna go back into down dog, and then if it's your left leg that you just were holding towards your body, that's what you're gonna kick forward into pigeon. Those of you seated, switch sides on that figure 4. Feel free to take your time in down dog if you're down here. Walk out the heels, and then whenever you're ready, left leg forward or pigeon. Square the hips and breathe. And then just some reminders, make sure that you're drinking lots of water. Whether it's hot where you are or not, you need to hydrate. Most of our body is made up of fluid, especially keep our spine nice and healthy. Our spinal disc, the disc space between our spines, about 70% water. So if we tend to get dehydrated, that's gonna lose that space between our discs, or not between the discs. This disc is what gives the space between the spine. Back leg around for the seated twist, or sit tall and look over the shoulder. So hydrate, your body needs it. Well, thank you. Lemon water, especially first thing in the morning, just to get up in the morning, squeeze some lemon into the water. Recommendation is usually to drink about 16 ounces of lemon water in the morning. That just helps your body like detox, get everything to purify. All right, if anybody needs to run, thanks for being here. Otherwise, if you want to rest back on your back, and then I recommend, I'll play the bowls for the last few minutes. On your back, just kind of take your time, pull one knee into the chest, roll the ankles around, and go to a little bit of a twist here. And just kind of move your body to what feels good. And then when you've had enough time to stretch, you can just settle into a flat position and then just relax into your breath. I've got bowls without the bowl stand, so I'll just kind of be careful with them. And perfect, we'll play for 3 minutes. If you are stretching, just relax the eyes closed. Bring the focus into your breath. All right, folks, thanks for being here. Appreciate you taking the time, and go ahead and stop the recording.